There is a major problem with the PlayStation trophy ecosystem right now. Now, I was playing Saints Row, going for the platinum because despite its flaws, the game was still enjoyable, and I have the platinums in the previous games. So, I was gonna go for the platinum, and I just had to stop myself and ask, what am I doing? What triggered this was I had to press the jump button in my car 400 times for a single trophy. And I started thinking, why? Everything I could be doing, I could be better in my life, and if not that, enjoying other experiences. I could be starting Lost Judgment, a great game, but instead, here I am doing this tedious task, not having any fun, feels like a chore, and for what? I am somewhat of a completionist, and as Jackmove always says, I got OCD on my nerves bad, so knowing I'm so close just doesn't sit right with me. But why? I'm not gonna get any props for the Saints Row Platinum. I'm not gonna get a round of applause. People aren't gonna see me as this high tier gamer. It's not gonna get me any bitches. So it might get me 10 likes on the timeline, but this is how I've felt with the majority of platinums recently. With PlayStation's new initiative removing difficulty trophies, there's not even an incentive for someone like me who enjoys playing games on the hardest difficulty to do so. I still do because that's what I enjoy, but now anybody can lie and say they did it with no trophies to confirm it or back it up. And you could say, well, why would someone lie about something like that? Why would they lie about what difficulty they beat it on? But trust me, if you think they wouldn't, you haven't been around long enough to see that. And then difficulty trophies aren't being replaced with something better either. They're being replaced with trophies like speed running, the worst of the worst, and they're all just participation trophies. Collect this, collect that, and here's your platinum. There's no sense of challenge. And then on top of this, there's games like I Am Mayo, watering down the credibility of the system even more so than ever. If someone has 100 platinums, 25 of them might be fluff. And I have no idea why people buy these. I think you're completely shameless if you go out, and spend money on these platinums. Like, why? What are you doing it for? Because what happens is, people might say as a response to this video, trophies aren't important, they're irrelevant, but they can't be, because if they were, there would be no market for these types of games. If trophies weren't important, people won't be buying platinums. And I'm someone who got into trophy hunting kind of late with the PS4 generation, but I already felt burnt out of the whole system on PS5 already. That same feeling I used to get when achieving a platinum has gone entirely. It's out the window, and I don't even have that much skin in the game either. I only got 39 platinums, all respectable, of course. No fluff, no BS. But I remember the days of when gaming was dry and I would check my catalog of games, go through my favorite games and see, oh, I've not got the platinum in that, let me try to get that. But I don't do that anymore, because platinums nowadays exist in a watered down ecosystem filled with tedious participation trophies, and I no longer feel like being a part of that. And some people say when it comes to difficulty trophies that, you gotta think about the people with disabilities, not everyone can do this and that. Now, people might tell me this is an ableist hot take, but I say to those people, it is what it is. If you can't get the platinum because it requires the hardest difficulty, then you shouldn't have the platinum. And let's say something happened to me, I'm talking all this talk, but let's say I get into an accident tomorrow. I wouldn't want the system to change. I wouldn't be like, oh, I can't play games to my best ability anymore. Games on harder difficulties where the enemies actually shoot me back, I can't deal with that anymore. I wouldn't want people to be like, yeah, let's get rid of all the difficulty trophies and everything involved, and let's just hand out participation trophies, because at the end of the day, that's what it is, and that's what people are doing. Making it so anybody can get it, no matter if they don't put in extra work, if there's no sort of challenge, then what's the trophy for, really? And it's never disabled people even making these arguments. Like, I'd say 99% of gamers don't have some kind of crazy disability. Definitely more than 99% are bad at games. But I just feel like all these people making these disability arguments, I feel like they're kind of making excuses so they can have these easier platinums and easier trophies, because let alone how many disabled gamers are really trying to go for platinums and the trophy hunters that exist in the world, because, not everybody's disabled, and then not everybody's a trophy hunter. It's already quite a niche thing, so now you're making it even more niche, like the disabled trophy hunters. I can't imagine what percentage of games that is. So you're dumbing it down for everybody else, and you're handing out participation trophies, you know, saying, hey, you can't beat it on the hardest difficulty, don't worry about it, we got you. And I just see people making these arguments that probably don't even know someone who's disabled. It's like, come on bro. And I just think that, you know, it's unfortunate if you are disabled and you're a trophy hunter and you want platinums, but, you know, maybe you can't access it, but it is what it is. You can still have accessibility options in the game, so you can enjoy the game. You just don't get the trophy, which is supposed to be a reward for, you know, doing something difficult. You know, you beat a team in a sport, something difficult, you get a trophy for it. You know, in every other system where a trophy's involved, there's some form of difficulty. There's something to overcome. Collecting everything in the game is not overcoming anything. That's just you taking time out. Like, so I don't get this whole disabled gamers argument. I'm not trying to hear it. And I just feel like my days of trophy hunting are kind of over right now. Like, I can't tell you what platinum I'm gonna go for next. I've dropped the Saints Row platinum. Who knows if I go back to it one day. But I just can't convince myself to do tedious tasks for something in an ecosystem that doesn't make a difference. But with that being said, I'ma head out. You know, people, I don't even think this is a crazy hot take. Apparently it is, but there's just so many issues with the PlayStation store right now. So many problems with the trophy system right now. And people were acting like, oh, they're cleaning it up. I put the article in the intro, but they didn't clean it up. All they did was hide it better. It's still there. You can still get these platinums. The ecosystem is still watered down. It's not been solved. It's not been resolved. And I just feel like, you know, those games are taking away shine from important games in the store, even though that's been fixed now. This was a long running issue before now. So I just feel like it's a mess. The whole system's a mess, and I no longer want to partake in it. So like I said, with that being said, I'm gonna head out. And as always, you know, you need a little logo designing, a video editing, some visuals doing, some Twitch layouts, you know, whatever you need. You can always hit me up. I get you right, you know, in a good time for a good price. Real high quality stuff over here. Yes sir. But with that being said, I'ma head out.